Oh, hello, it is I, your boy Gomi, and we're back. We are going over, hot off the heels of UFC 298. Oh man, and new Ilia Topuria is your new featherweight champion. The long-standing reign of Alexander Volkanovski that started back in, oh god, I think it was 2019, maybe 2018, I can't remember, is over. He has been dethroned. Wow. Oh, wow. I had Ilia Topuria winning. By the way, if you watch the best bets, 4 out of 5, and if you watch my video, I got almost the whole card correct. Yes, I only got 2 fights, I believe, incorrect. Only 2. I might be wrong about that. But regardless, I just knew it was going to happen, man. I just knew it was going to happen this card, but I did not see Ilia knocking out Volkanovski like that. But man, you get up against the fence against Ilia and you're dead. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. First and foremost, we have to go over the whole card. I'm going to be a little bit quicker on this because it is very late at night. It is well past 2 a.m. for me, and I need to sleep. So, Miranda Maverick eked out a decision against Andrea Lee. I won't say eked out. She definitely won that fight. It was pretty much exactly how it went. I would have liked a little bit more grappling from Maverick, to be honest with you. But then again, it would have led to relatively the same exact sort of position. Again, Maverick showing some pretty solid striking improvements, but nothing still crazy. She still battled some ghosts out there. But then again, Andrea Lee was doing it even more so. And yeah, that was a very textbook women's MMA fight. So, yep. And then next we're going to have Oban Elliott beating Val Woodburn. This fight was a trap. I saw a lot of people taking Elliott by submission. I saw a lot of people taking Elliott by knockout. And I saw a lot of people taking Val Woodburn by knockout. And I knew damn well what was going to happen was Val Woodburn is tough and he's tanky. He was too hard to submit, and Oban Elliott is just not that good with his submission ground game, to be honest with you, and he's more of a ground and pound guy. I didn't see him knocking out Val Woodburn under any circumstance with how tanky and thick he is, especially with a lot of more prep time compared to a Bo Nickel fight, but I absolutely saw Oban Elliott dominating him on the ground. And absolutely, this was a very tough fight for me, hence why I didn't even bet it. I had no money on this fight whatsoever, but the fight played out exactly how I said it would. But yes, Oban Elliott wins by decision. And then Josh Quinlan gets knocked out in the 3rd round by Danny Barlow. I had this fight going the distance. I had Danny Barlow winning by decision. Danny Barlow was going to win by decision, but he decided, I'm going to knock him out in the 3rd round. Barlow was just more active than usual, which is a great benefit for him. Quinlan landed a few good shots, but overall Barlow just had much more volume and much more precision, landing at 51.4% significant strikes. He was just so accurate, and he was throwing some good bombs, some good jabs. Overall, it was just added up. It just kept adding up more and more and more and more to a point where he just couldn't take anything. So yep, Danny Barlow gets that 3rd round TKO. And the next fight, I had this fight going the distance. This was stupid. That was a stupid pick. That was a stupid pick, and I was on the wrong guy. Zhang Minyang has knocked out Brenson Ribeiro in the 1st round. Both guys were landing. Ribeiro was getting the better of the exchanges, but it doesn't matter. With these guys, with these 2 powerful light heavyweights, it's one and done. It doesn't matter who gets the better. It matters who gets the best shot off, and Zhang just got the best shot. A beautiful 3-piece combo. That hook was it just killed him. It just killed him. And Beltran, and you see this picture right here, Beltran is saving this man's life. That was brutal. Not much to say about it. And I present to you the trap of the night. Yes. Renya Nakamura beats Carlos Vera by decision. Do you know what the fight was to end inside the distance? Do you know what the odds were? -700. And I know some people took it. Some people took Nakamura by knockout, submission. Some people took him round 1. And I knew you're all stupid. Renya Nakamura, not being able to finish Fernie Garcia, had proven to me that his finishing ability was not the best. Yes, Carlos Vera was tough, and that awful Ryan Hall S Jiu-Jitsu, oh god, so bad to watch. it was able to stall him out, but Rinya did not know what to do in those scenarios. Basically, how to deal with it is to do exactly what Ilia Topuria did when he fought Ryan Hall. Rinya Nakamura is not that same level of finisher, but at the end of the day, though, is he won every round of that fight. Just complete domination. I'm surprised to see that Carlos Ferreira landed any strikes at all, to be honest with you, but yeah. Rinya Nakamura gets that decision, though that was like, I think it was like plus 700 or something like that, or plus 600, and guess what, your boy got that, your boy bet it, and your boy told you all to bet it. So the next fight, the younger Tafa brother stepped up to the plate to fight against Marcos Rogerio de Lima, and Marcos Rogerio de Lima chopped him down like a tree. I thought Lima would win more of a decision, and Lima did show some very poor fight IQ, but ultimately he was able to just get the knockdown and get the leg kicks to finish off Junior Tafa. The leg kicks paid off in dividends. The main thing I said poor fight IQ moments was when he got a really good leg kick, had him on stilts, and decided to grapple. Thankfully, his corner or somebody snapped him out and said, "Hey, you dumbass, just hit him, just kick him. Don't grapple, don't take him down, just punch him and kick him, and he's gonna go down." And those leg kicks were powerful. Those tree trunk legs, oof. And Junior Tafa, he just didn't have it in him. And to be honest with you, it might have went the same way against Justin Tafa, but I will say Justin Tafa is bigger than Junior Tafa, but I don't know. Junior really didn't get anything off of. Clear win for De Lima. And then the next fight is going to be, what was the fight of the night? I disagree with that. I thought it was a really good fight of night up until this point, but I thought Whittaker vs. Costa was fight of night. But regardless, Amanda Lemos wins a decision against Mackenzie Dern. I thought Lemos was gonna knock her out. She came extremely close to knocking her out in round 2, but Mackenzie Dern is a dog. She is a dog, and Lemos does not hit as hard as Jessica Andrade. I gotta say, man, Mackenzie Dern, her striking somehow gone worse. It's somehow gone worse. She really did not, like, she would lunge in awfully. She had great success on the ground. Her jiu-jitsu game is really good, and she came close to finishing Lemos twice on the ground. She needs to work on her wrestling. She needs to wrestle. She said that she needs to be more like Khabib Nurmagomedov. Well, you didn't do that. You know what? You did do that. You struck like Khabib Nurmagomedov, but Khabib was tankier enough to make that sloppy striking work. So yeah, Amanda Lemos beat her up on the feet, but lost on the ground. But she beat her up enough on the feet and had much more success on the feet to get her that decision. But that was a pretty good fight. I enjoyed it. That was not a stereotypical women's MMA fight. That was a fun fight. And Fluffy Hernandez has beaten Roman Kopylov. I did get this fight wrong, but if you look at the best bets video, I did get the fight does not go the distance. Anthony Hernandez, he was showing some success on the feet, but Roman Kopylov, his body strikes were so good. Knees and kicks to the body were so effective. He was definitely having success. The problem was Anthony Hernandez was just unafraid to get up close, put pressure on him, and Kopylov, while he had great takedown defense going into his fight, it just took one takedown, and then he was able to get his back. He was able to get basically, 2 or 3 rear naked chokes before he's able to finally submit Roman Kopylov. It's just simple as that. Like, he just marched him down, got him up against the fence. Roman Kopylov needed to stand down on his shots more. He needed to go for more, like, definitive shots. He was landing some very clever and sneaky shots, and he probably could have gotten a finish, to be honest with you. But, yeah, Roman Kopylov was not his night, unfortunately. Fluffy Hernandez proceeds to beat him and keeps his ranking with a second round submission. Next fight, Merab Dvalishvili beat Henry Cejudo the exact same way I said he was going to beat him. He shot only 11 takedowns this time, landed less than half of them. He beat him up on the feet a little bit, to be honest with you, but it's mainly ground and pound strikes. Henry Cejudo did have some success in the first round, which is good, but at the end of the day, Merab just outpaced him and didn't really fight to finish, really just fought to just grapple him. I'm sorry. Great performance by Merab, but just not what I want to see. I just want to see people go to finish him. Like, that choke was just half-assed as he's talking to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm just not a fan of the performance, but at the end of the day, It was an amazing performance. It was effective. And he beat the crap out of Cejudo. Just absolutely. He didn't beat the crap out of him. Henry Cejudo came out unscathed. But he dominated him. There was no shot. Henry Cejudo was in this fight for the first round. Beyond that, not at all. But yep. Decision for Merab. At least it made me money, but it also made me sad. Ian Gary puts on a masterclass performance against Jeff Neal. Now, I saw a lot of people very upset and very not happy with Ian Gary, yet they were praising Merab Dvalishvili. Okay. Yes. Ian Gary was very effective this fight, and his fight went exactly how I said it would, down to a T. Ian Gary was too fast, he was circling around, and he was landing some big shots, but the problem is Jeff Neal was just too strong. Jeff Neal was swinging at air, he kept trying to chase down Ian Gary, and when he should have been cutting him off, much like somebody on this card in the main event. Ian Gary was spamming those kicks, much like somebody in the main event. He was spamming those kicks to the body. He did a really good read on him, and he fought him exactly the same way Wonderboy did. Overall, he was just much more effective. Those knees up the middle were actually kind of impressive. If he landed some with more authority, he probably could have did some more damage to Neal, but yeah, I'm surprised that people are saying it was a robbery. Y'all stupid. I'm surprised it was a split decision. That was a unanimous decision for Ian Gary. He won every round except for maybe the second round, but overall, he landed the better shots. He landed the cleaner shots. He landed more shots. He landed 80 strikes to 57. 67 to 46 significant strikes. I don't know what fight you guys are watching. There's no takedowns. There's no submissions. And Ian Gary didn't get busted up or anything like that. I feel a lot of people are just saying, oh, Neal got robbed just because they hate Gary. I mean, I hate Merab, but Merab won every minute of that fight. I don't care much for Gary's personality, but at the end of the day, that was a great fight. The reason why Jeff Neal didn't look that good or look slow was because Gary made him like that. He did come into a bad game plan, because what his thing is he should have cut him off, and he should have been trying to push him up against the fence, and we push him up the fence, he should have did for alternating combos. He should have went body high, high body, alternate between that till eventually he was able to set up a good power shot. That's what he should have did, but instead, the few times where he's able to cut off the cage and get to Gary, he clinched. And the thing is, those clinches were not going to work. I definitely think his goal was to get some takedowns or anything like that. But the thing is, you're not going to get takedowns from clinch positions against a taller fighter like Ian Gary. What you need to do is blast doubles, which I don't think Jeff Neal has in him, and he would have been caught with those knees. So, the other day, Ian Gary, masterclass performance, dominated Jeff Neal from start to bell. Oh boy, Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa, which should have been a fight of the night. What the hell was Lemos winning fight of the night? Lemos' fight against Dern. This was fight of the night. I'm shocked. I thought this would be a rather stereotypical Whittaker performance. Whittaker did win. He did win decision, and he kind of did win the way I said he would, but it was a much more exciting fight. Paulo Costa was in this fight the entire time. One of the beautiful things Paulo Costa did was, a lot of people, when they hear that clapper, they're like, okay, I can coast now. Paulo Costa saw that. He saw Whittaker let his guard down, blasted that heel kick. And Whittaker was punished for that. And that was what stole Costa the round. But I gotta say, shout out to Whittaker. You see this so many times. You get rocked by a big strike. And the guy, what he does, he goes to grapple. He goes to clinch. He gets him close. He wants to hug him so he can't attack him. That's like DC lauds this all the time in the commentary booth. That's stupid. That's stupid. The guy hurt you, and now you're getting closer to him? Or they try backing away. Usually you're too rocked and you back away in a straight line. Whittaker himself did that against Triquet Duplessis. What you're supposed to do is you need to get them off you. You need to get them away. How do you do that? You know they're going to go close. Paulo Costa started to close the distance. And Paulo Costa didn't have the good distance management that an elite level finisher would. So what would Robert Whittaker do? He knew where Costa's head was going to be. He started winging hooks. Winging alternate hooks, whichever hook you're throwing. So if you're throwing the left hand, have your right arm guarding your head. And then alternate through that. And you get the guy off you. That's what he did to get Paulo Costa off him. So Paulo Costa wouldn't finish him in those last couple seconds. For the rest of the fight, while Whittaker was winning on the leg kicks that Costa has been susceptible to in the Israel Adesanya fight, and he checked a few of them. That's the main thing, because Costa started getting success with his leg kicks, but then Robert Whittaker started checking those kicks. Whittaker did have his same kind of issue he falls into that I see in all his fights, always criticism, is he doesn't throw the right hand as much as he should. He threw it a few more times, but he needs to throw that thing more. Like, I don't know. He could knock people out more, but once again, also, by the way, Whittaker still has not had a finish since 2017. He usually doesn't fight very often, but he should be fighting again in this year, I think. If he doesn't finish anyone again, that's going to be another year of no finishes. He has not had a finish since 2017, and he looked like he was hitting Costa hard, but I don't know, man. I don't know, Whittaker. I really don't. But ultimately, it's a very good fight. Very exciting fight. Back and forth war, honestly. These guys should have got a fight tonight. At least, man, this was a good fight. Very expected. And now, for the main event of the evening, Ilia Topuria, 15-0 UFC featherweight champion. His post and his Instagram bio is correct. He does not have to change anything. And Alexander Volkanovski, the old man, Volkanovski's too old. It didn't pay off. Oh, he got brutally knocked out. Slept bad. Probably worse than the Islam knockout. Ilia Topuria, his boxing is a thing of beauty, and he still has not thrown a high kick or a body kick. Still 0. But his striking was a thing of beauty. Volkanovski was winning the earlier exchanges with his leg kicks. He was fighting the exact same game plan as Ian Gary. Almost identical, actually. Which is front kicks up the middle, some high kicks, and just leg kicks. But the thing is, Ilia Topuria, his leg kicks are stronger. His leg kicks are stronger. And the thing is, when you play the leg kicking game, you are susceptible to leg kicks. Paulo Costa and Robert Whittaker is a perfect example of that as well, too. Ilia Topuria landed harder leg kicks. So Volkanovski really highly relied on his movement, and he was getting some good clips. He was clipping Topuria, was getting out of his shots. He was moving perfect, he was doing a good job of circling around the cage. The problem is, Ilia Topuria read on that. He was getting closer and closer, and he was alternating combos. He was alternating hooks while cutting him off, i.e. what I just said Jeff Neal should have did. He did exactly. It was Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary, basically, except in this case, Jeff Neal did what he should have been doing. Perfect fight from Ilia Topuria, honestly. Even though Ilia was eating a few jabs, he did a really good job of, he kind of did like a stance stop. Like, he would stop his stance and do slight head movement ducks while keeping his guard up, which were excellent defense against his jabs of Volkanovski's. Once he was able to cut that cage and get him up against the fence, he alternated combos. He got him up against a few times, and he started with head-body, body-head, head-body, and this time he went head-head, and he knocked him out. I had Ilia Topuria winning this fight. I had him by decision. I did not think he was going to knock out Volkanovski. Once again, the curse of being aged 35 and 170 and under. Again, only Woodley has broken that. I think they're 2-36 now. Any challenger or anyone fighting in a title fight that's 35 and under and 170 and under, if 35 or greater and 170 and under, they can't win. And I knew a dangerous guy like Ilia, he's gonna feed into that. He's gonna get that W. Man, Ilia is dangerous. How the hell did he not finish Josh Emmett? He is dangerous. You get him up against the fence, he's going to kill you lights out, and he is the new champion of the world. That was pretty exciting. But please, dear God, someone curb him. He's calling out Conor McGregor at 145. No. To be fair, I kind of know who he should fight. I don't want to see a Volk rematch. Volk needs a long time off, and I don't know if he deserves that, man. He didn't lose a decision. He was brutally knocked out. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Yeah, I don't know. He was in both fights he's finished before the 3rd round, so I don't know. Max Holloway probably is next, but then again, he's gonna take a lot of damage from Justin Gaethje, so I don't know. I just don't think it's Conor McGregor. So what do I think of the card overall? it met my exact expectations. I looked at it and I said, wow, this is such a good card. But because we had 2 awful fight nights back to back. God awful. God, I hate these fight nights. And the next one's not going to be much better. But, oh, these fight nights are so disgusting lately. And this card was just okay. It's better than fight night. It's better than 297. It was good. That's it. Was it as good as 295? No. Was it as good as 291, 290? No. That was a good fight. Good card. So, take it. Give it like a 6.5 out of 10. But yes, please let me know what you think in the comment sections below. I'm cutting here. It is now 3. I want to sleep. This has been your boy Gomi. Bye-bye.